How are we doing, Beatstar fam? As we are all aware, there was a pretty big update Space Ape dropped on us a few days ago, which had quite a few interesting things to talk about. We saw some journey changes, gameplay changes, and even a peek at a new type of multiplayer event. So let's talk. It only makes sense to start with the journey part of the update. The journey has been stagnant for a long time, and it wasn't even a month ago that I was fearing it may never be updated again. But here we are, with some interesting changes, though maybe not exactly what you were hoping for, but let's really look into this. Space Ape is adding a bunch more previous release songs to the later levels of the journey, as well as some songs from the early part of the Tour Pass system. As of this update, there are no brand new songs, but this update still brings 23 songs that are at least new to the journey itself, which is, of course, the main free way to unlock new songs. First off, whether or not you already bought these songs, this is a good thing for the game. More songs is always better, and getting songs through boxes in the journey is a heck of a lot faster than saving up 10 gems a day to buy 1 or 2 a month. I see people having 2 real issues with this part of the update. First, players who shelled out the cash for the Tour Pass songs early on and are now upset that players can get them for free. To that, I'm just gonna say, don't be selfish. We're talking about songs from the first 2 seasons, songs that if you bought early, you've had since like December and January. When I purchased these songs, I definitely wasn't under the impression that they wouldn't someday be re-released or given out, and the perks of me buying them early was the ability to play them half a year ago. You know when you buy a video game or a movie or TV or whatever and it goes on sale later and the price goes down? Yeah, this kind of thing is just what happens. There's an invisible value to things to have them early, and that's what these premium passes are giving you. Maybe things would be a little less inflammatory if they described the premium pass as having early access to these songs, so people aren't surprised when they re-release them later on. Just a thought. The second complaint I'm seeing is that there aren't actually any brand new songs added to the journey, continuing the feeling a lot of longtime players have about feeling abandoned by Space Ape. These new free song releases are great and really help keep things moving with Beatstar, but it isn't quite the same as rewarding longtime super high journey level players with exclusive content. I feel like it wouldn't be too hard to throw in a few new hards and extremes into journey levels 14, 15, 16, or even 17 and above, and it would help satiate the veteran crowd. Anyways, take a step back. This is still a definitively good addition to the game, even if it doesn't benefit you individually. This kind of change continues to make the game more and more appealing to new and developing players, which, like it or not, are the lifeblood of Beatstar. If you enjoy the game and want it to keep expanding, you have to support this kind of growth. I personally didn't benefit from the journey change at all, but I'm very happy for everyone who does get to. Now, let's move on to the gameplay changes, which are a bit overdue but absolutely fall into the better late than never category. Space Ape is trying their best to fix the input glitches in the game, which are probably a combination of game programming and device hardware issues, making it a tough nut to crack. Let's go over their bullet points for the changes. First, it says they, quote, fixed an issue that meant in some cases hold notes weren't delivering full points when they should have. I'm honestly not exactly sure what this means, but whatever they tried to do, it is currently bugged, at least on some devices, including mine. If you drop a hold early, the game instantly gives you all the hold tick points, even if the hold is super long and you dropped it way early. Funnily enough, if you hold the hold the entire time but press too low, like under the perfect plus bar, you can still lose hold tick points. Yep, that's right, if you just straight up drop the hold immediately, you're good, but if you hold it the whole time but too low, you can get penalized. Go figure. This is certainly a glitch, and I wouldn't get too used to this as I expect them to fix it as soon as possible. As for whatever issue they tried to fix, I'll have to reevaluate that whenever things are working properly and try to find out exactly what they mean. Next, it says they improved the overall responsiveness of the game. Again, not super clear what this means. I assume this is something along the lines of the game detects your finger presses easier, which I don't think was really an issue to begin with. The dropped input bug isn't caused because you aren't pressing the screen hard enough, but regardless, this improvement can't really be a bad thing. Next, they say they're continuing to investigate the missing tap bug and made some changes in how the game accidentally interpreted double taps as a single swipe. This one makes sense for me because when I was having issues with dropped inputs, it would always be double tiles where one would drop, and this sounds like it could very well have been the problem. I know there are plenty of instances of single taps being dropped, so this isn't the complete fix, but this still sounds promising that they are making progress fixing this glitch. Lastly, it says, quote, introduced a more lenient tap zone below tiles once they have entered the perfect bar. This is another vague change, and there are two explanations I can think of for this. First, it could mean they changed the game to accept lower taps on the screen itself, allowing you to press lower than normal and still have it accept the input. Doing some testing, it does seem like this may be the case. However, this isn't really that beneficial considering you can still lose hold tick points for pressing too low. The other explanation is that the timing windows were expanded on the later end, meaning you have a little bit extra leeway to still get perfect and perfect pluses if you hit the note just a bit too late. I've always heard that the Beatstar timing windows were slightly larger on the earlier end than the later end, which I don't know for sure, so I wonder if this change equalized the two sides. I've done a little bit of testing with this myself and can't really tell a huge difference, but it's possible this change was there and just minor. They ended their gameplay changes notes with a recommendation to recalibrate your game, meaning some of you might need to redo your sync settings. I just made a video explaining this a few weeks ago, so if you're not sure how to do this, check my sync tutorial out. I'll link it at the end of this video and also stick the link in the description for this. The only complaints I've seen about these changes are people mysteriously getting worse scores now, which I'd say is almost definitely caused by their game getting out of sync and it not getting properly fixed. The last section of the update is about a new multiplayer event, which I believe is called Superstar Status. This event is being tested in a few countries now and will be released globally soon. SpaceApe released 6 pictures showing a little bit of stuff about the event itself. I'm going to try to piece together exactly how this all works using these images and some info from Beatstar legend Jarek, who was nice enough to share some details in the Discord server. 1. Choose a song to compete. Looks like you choose one from a set of predetermined songs and possibly get to do this twice per day. Not totally sure on that last part. 2. Get your best high score and brag on the leaderboard. You get 20 minutes to play your song choice up to 2 times to earn your best score. 3. Earn prize tokens. Depending on your rank amongst the event group of players, which I think are randomly selected, you can earn prize tokens. The better you rank, the more tokens you earn. If you DP a song, you automatically get first place, there are no tiebreakers and can be multiple first place winners. 4. Spin the wheel, and 5. Claim your prizes. You spin this wheel using your prize tokens and get rewards based on where the wheel stops. There are 3 new songs in the wheel so far, giving you some cool incentive to play. You can also spend gems on extra spins if you'd like to. Looks like there may also be something in place to refund some of your tokens if you have all the songs and land on a cards or case box, but I'm not 100% sure on this, so absolutely do not take this as confirmed. Another thing to mention is that they are liable to change any of this from the test phase to global release, so all the stuff I'm talking about is just my best attempt to guess how it all works with the details we've been given. So there's the update. Some encouraging content here that I am really excited about. While this update may have been missing a thing or two you were hoping for, I firmly believe all these changes are definitively good for the average player and the game as a whole. I'm excited to see how this new event plays out, and I'm excited for more players to get access to songs that they may have missed. When you're talking about a game you love, excited is a pretty good way to feel. With the new season dropping in just a few days, I'll be back soon with Season 7 content and thoughts. Thank you for watching, and a special shout out, as always, to my Patreon donors and subscribers. Take care of yourself out there, and I will see you on the internet.